What's up, everybody? Welcome to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible and another great Talking with Conspiracy. And we got the great Jamie Grant here back
Good evening.
again.
Good evening. Unofficial, official, maybe permanent, slightly away, but gold to be a co-host anytime. It's
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dave won't make it. Just a little unspoken prayer request from Mr. Dave, if y'all would.
that's right.
And I'll make sure you say this again before the end too. But yeah, little unspoken for Mr. Dave. So hopefully he'll be back next week with us. And we already got the chat rock and rolling, and it's gonna be a good one, my friend. I think.
Right. Well, what you got on deck for us tonight?
I'm seeing all kinds of cool stuff, and then the more I looked, and then I just kept on adding stuff. So probably like next week, we won't be able to get to it all, uh, but we will get to as much as we can, and we'll just see how it goes and
Yeah, I gotta
how the
share.
flow goes for
There we
sure.
go. All right. Well, Tulsi is confirmed.
I did see that. That's great.
Did you hear who the only Republican to vote against her was?
Yeah, I seen old zombie ass Mitch McConnell was
Turtle
I
Man.
wonder if it was I really wonder if it's even him.
Uh,
He was kind of
so
he
that's a great question. Listen, if if uh, if you were to look at the major politicians and people of influence, like movie stars and just some of these big online celebrities, the amount of people that have these falls, broken ankles, and black eyes, it makes you ask some questions. Is that a common thing for famous people to just break their ankle and get their eye dotted on a regular basis?
Jay Leno happened to him not too long ago.
Didn't Tom Hanks take a picture with Oprah talking about I can't talk with Tom Hanks, Oprah, black eye? Hmm, let's see there.
Good question. Good question.
Let's see there. There's a photo of him with a photo of I mean not a photo of a photo. He's with Oprah, and I can't remember who the other chick is that has his armor. Oh, here it is, right here. Look at this. Look at this. Allow me to share with you, sir.
All right,
Jamie is
let her rip.
always finds some of the fun stuff. Screen. Tom Hanks, Oprah. Listen, and you can look any of this stuff up on Twitter. It's been out there for a while. I'm not allowed to talk. He's got a busted eye. Looks like he's being held hostage. Um, and Oprah with this grin, like, you ever wonder what's going on there? And who is this chick? Like, who is this other chick? Oprah. Oh, Gail.
That's a, yeah. I would say that's her buddy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Man,
That's her buddy.
just a
I
lot of
got
people with
one.
busted eyes, man. You know.
When you want to talk about weird stuff on celebrities, what do we got going on here? I got a lot of crazy, interesting stuff here. My bookmarks are. I keep joking around saying they're full, but I don't think they can get full. I don't know. It's just
No, I think you can continually bookmark all the garbage that you
yeah,
surf at 3 in the morning. It's all there. It's
yeah.
all there.
You don't have to call me out at the 3 in the
Bro, let me
morning
tell you.
now.
Listen, 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 listen. Some of the best texts I get from you are at 3 o'clock in the morning when you find this stuff, because I'm up looking through it as well. You know what I mean?
I
Um,
will. I will. I was. I had Daddy Shell text me at 2 o'clock this morning, and I texted him back, and he was like, "Do you ever sleep?" I'm like, "Damn, you call me out, and you're the one texting me."
right.
uh, you know, I sleep sometime or in the early mornings, but
Right, right, right.
yeah.
Wendy Williams is locked in a room
Oh, dude.
in an assisted living facility in New York. That's her. The only way I could interview her was to have a camera on the street because we can't get a camera in. She can't really have any visitors. She cannot go outside. She's been out twice in the last 30 days. She has no internet. She, and I think rightly says, she feels like a prisoner. Are you allowed to go out?
No. In the last 30 days, I went out twice.
She is in a guardianship. And I got to tell you, Lauren, if you saw the Lifetime documentary on her when she was deep into alcohol a couple of years ago, it made sense to have a guardianship. Wendy is sober now. She is fine. I have spoken with her for hours and hours, as have many others. And everybody comes up with the same conclusion. She's back to the old Wendy. Yet, she's not only in a guardianship, it's a guardianship that has essentially locked her up and thrown away the key. She has been diagnosed with something called frontotemporal dementia. That's what Bruce Willis has. That condition never gets better. It only gets worse. There is a similar diagnosis called alcohol induced dementia. That can get better. Wendy is an alcoholic and she was deep into alcohol. But the fact is, when you look at her 2 years ago, she's gotten better. There's no question. And was this a misdiagnosis? And if so, she's going to get a reevaluation. But for some reason, the Guardian said, we don't think the diagnosis is going to change. How can the Guardian say that? The Guardians only talk to her like once a month. And I got to tell you, I've talked to her for hours and hours and hours over the last month. And this woman is better. She needs a sober coach. I personally, I don't think she needs a guardian. This is a country where you're supposed to have freedom unless there's something really extreme, and she's not there anymore.
Which a while back, correct me if I'm wrong, she called them out on something,
Yeah,
and then like poof, she got put away.
well, Joan Rivers opened her mouth and they murked her ass too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about a certain individual.
Ah, Wendy Williams.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's I seen that just a little bit ago and kind of made me go,
That's crazy,
damn.
bro. Yeah, Dom Luker posted that too. You have to wonder, what does she know, or what has she been involved in that they did this to her? Like, come on, man. We know the stories about Michael Jackson. We've heard the stories from Kanye about this dude, trying to drug him, and you know, um, I think these people have handlers, bro. And if you stray, they paint you crazy, throw you away. I, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. And I could be just swinging at, uh, wild pitches here, but I don't know, man.
I remember her saying something. I'd had to. They probably got maybe disappeared on what we can find, but yeah, it's. I remember seeing something. She had said she had made a wild statement. A while. It's been a while now, like last year or maybe year before, and then she disappeared. Um, so I mean, I was like kind of like years ago. You can't find nothing on it. I'll try to find it again, but it was oh man, what was her name? Well, the girl from the Fugees. Um,
Oh, yeah, the chick from the Fugees.
God dog it.
Now I gotta look
But
it up. Hold
but
on.
they had made a comment and seen it online and everything. They were sitting there and from like on news articles talking about she was going to be
Oh,
sentenced to
Lauren Hill.
reprogramming. Uh,
Right.
and I'm
Right.
like, what? Do what? What did I just see? And yeah,
Right.
but now you can't. It's kind of been. You try to go back and find it again. Yeah, you're not finding that's exact wording. But everything it was when at first she went away. Yeah, she's gonna have to go away for reprogramming. Like, what is she, a damn robot, or
Right.
is
Right.
she,
Like, right.
is she, or just, you're not following towing the line, so you're gonna get put away and put in a little room and get shot therapy for a little while until you get back on your MK Ultra diet and get on your
Didn't
way.
one Adolf Hitler call those places re-education camps? I think is what he called them.
Mm-hmm.
That seems very woo-wee. I don't know, bro.
That's a yeah. That's gonna be. You start digging on that one. It's a big, deep down in that rabbit hole,
Did you
that canyon.
did you catch the tweet from Donald Trump this morning talking about his phone call with one Vladimir Putin? Uh,
I seen a little wording on it. I didn't get to actually listen to him.
yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Hold on.
I do have something on him, but uh, did you see he was going to name all the people that were given? He said tomorrow I'm going to read to some of the names that the hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars been given to. He's going to do that tomorrow, supposedly.
Man, I heard he was also Elon was buying Super Bowl commercials, man. Until it happens, bro. I still want to know where the JFK files are. It's like they threw a
What
curveball at us this week. We're like, whoa, wait a minute. There's 2,000 more pages that we just discovered. Wait a minute. We got to go through the process again. Come on, man. Fucking
Well, they said
declassified
within
is
40 days.
declassified.
I mean, yeah, I think they should just drop them, but they said within 40 days, and now we're supposed to be within 10 days. Uh, whenever Cash Patel gets in there, his first day, he'll probably drop all that shit on a bomb on us.
Right.
But I did. Um, Now, here's Trump saying about the. You gonna work, buddy? Come on.
that you can have that kind of fraud. You're talking about like,
Make it big.
are you
Make it
talking
big.
about what?
I'm trying to. It's being quiet on me. Let me reset. Where is the thing? Yeah, like I never used a computer before or something. I swear. Here we go. It's being slow. I don't.
Telling you, man, it's that Mississippi internet y'all
That you
got
can
down
have
there.
fraud.
It's
You're
fiber
talking
too.
about like,
It's a bad thing.
are you
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
awesome.
what? Wait. Are you about the stupidity? What we're going to do is tomorrow I'm having a news conference. I'm going to read to you some of the names that hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars have been given to. And if you tell me that we should be giving money to those things, those entities, I think you'll probably have to leave as a reporter because you're not very talented. When you look at the kind of money, billions and billions of dollars being thrown away illegally, and there's no chance. I mean, I say it in front of our attorney general. There's no chance that there's not kickbacks or something going on. When you give millions and millions of dollars to somebody that stands to look at something for 15 minutes and walks away with millions of dollars, that money's coming back in some form. And that's only one form of corruption. The biggest thing is what they do to our country. They're taking massive amounts of money and spending it on items. I went through a list of 200 expenditures that were made, and I found three that looked like they were reasonable. Okay, three. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff. And I want to commend Elon because he's done a fantastic. He doesn't need this. He's abused by you people every day. He's found more things than anybody could find. I think he's got the credibility to do it. I know he does. And it's his group of people. They started off with 12. I call them 12 geniuses. They started off with 12 and they went to 20 and 25, and now they're up to almost 100. People are joining to help them because there's a massive fraud that's taken place.
Bro, what kills me is the people that try to downplay it. Like, well, So far, they've only found so many millions of dollars. If we go this rate, it's going to take us so many years to pay off our debt. Bro, listen, don't downsize or downplay, the significance of what's going on here and what's being revealed. You know what I mean? Um, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that are literally being rerouted through these foreign agencies right back into the pockets of politicians here in the United States. And if that doesn't piss you off, you are so blind and bought into the narrative they've sold you that you've got to snap out of it. Because if your employer was doing the same kind of wasteful spending and shitting on you every year for a raise, you would be up in arms picketing in the streets. But the government does it, and because they sell you on words like, "Oh, well, it's DEI or it's for LGBTIA plus Q or some kind of bullshit like that," your heart goes out to it or your emotions go toward it. And they're just funneling that shit right back in. They're buying mansions with it. They're buying stocks with it. How do you think these people get so rich, Ricky?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, if you look at like, okay, they might be doing for programs, but they're doing it for programs, Sesame Street for Iraq and stuff. And like, we got we got people in North Carolina sitting. They finally got them out of tents, but they're still homeless. They're still in need. You got people in California from the fires. I'm sure there's still people in Hawaii right now that still need help from natural disasters, and we're over here just shoving money across the world, which truly, like we've talked about before, it is a money marking, mugging, just washing machine. It just really is because you're looking at it's just so much money. That's how it is. You do see more and more people actually calling these politicians out, catching them in the streets now. If you watch kind of fun stuff on Twitter, they're asking them the hard questions, and they really don't want to answer none of that because they can't answer them questions. All they can do is they say that and say they can get mad and butthurt because they're finding out um, they've had their hand in the cookie jar a long time,
Right.
and I don't think Elon. I heard somebody talk about this. I think today, or I don't know. I just there's so much information in my head, but possibly today. But you know, I don't think he's not partisan. He's not going to be left or right. Is whoever is screwing off all this money, he's going to find out and he's going to let everybody know they are being the most upfront and letting us know they're having press conferences every day and saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing." You saw even on CNN and stuff. You've seen shows where they're talking about like during the Biden days, it was actually, everything was in the shadows. You asked them, and there was politicians that come on. I remember I seen one last night was talking about he was asking questions and asking stuff and kept on sending letters and they wouldn't tell him anything. He said, we should be thankful that everything is out front in front of us. Okay, is everything perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. Are you going to agree with every little thing? No, but we need to take the wins with the wins, and just
Right.
reevaluate the losses because these are wins here. If they keep doing what they're doing and with the positive way it looks, we need to stop just shoveling money all across the world. We are absolutely, if people, we've talked about it on here, and we've heard others talk about it on other podcasts and shows. We owe China millions and millions of dollars. We show Russia millions and
I
millions
got
of
a
dollars. If
solution for that. I got a solution for that. Are you ready? Don't pay them.
I mean,
Hang
for
on, hang
sure.
on. don't don't pay them. They've stolen enough of our technology, and yeah, if you're listening through all of my equipment, I don't want to pay you guys. And
I
I think we
mean,
should just walk away from them. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I mean, we're
And
not little countries, where China's done with other countries. They turn around and say, "Hey," they call their bluff and say, "Hey, we want our money. We don't have it. We'll take your biggest port." And so they'll take over their biggest port,
no, bro.
stuff like that. I mean, we could give them California, I guess. Maybe we can just do. Yeah, here you
No,
go.
no, we don't even want them on California. We'll give California to California, okay?
Yeah,
And
just give them their own world.
we'll give them their own playground there. They can do all the pretty stuff that they do in California that people are so happy about living there. There are two. I've discovered two types of people that live in California. There is the ultra wealthy and the completely broke homeless people, right? Because like, where is the middle class in California? You know what I mean?
Hmm. It
The
seems like it.
government either pays for them or they're living on the street. But the entire state of California is a subsidized state. I guarantee you, not a lot of these people own their homes anymore. They've all been bought out, and dude, it's a rental mess there, dude. Come on, man, that whole
It's
state.
it's a mess. I was watching a show and a guy was upset because he just drove across there and just the gas prices. So he's like, he said he drove if you drove one block across the river and like I think it was go off in the Utah, Nevada, whatever, it was over $3 difference in gas prices a block away. You just drove a block away from where he was, and as soon as you hit that California line, it was $6 plus on gas.
Right.
If you just went back across the river, it was three, possibly 273. It was like,
That's because of all the California EPA shit that they've got in place there. Check this out. There's a gas station over off of Walnut Grove and Humphreys. Okay, it's right near the hospital that's there, and
I know exactly
their
where you're at.
gas is typically 70 cents. I mean, it's astronomically higher than every other gas station around the area. Now, I figure one of two things is going on. One, they're raping people that have to go to the hospital in an emergency,
Hmm.
and they're selling
There's no
gas
other
to
gas
those
station.
people because there's no other
Yeah,
gas station around there. You know what I mean?
there
Um,
isn't.
or they just have really high end gas, and they're proud of it. I mean, it's one or the other. Did you hear the other big thing out of Memphis? The taco naganas thing.
I saw they arrested 2/3 of them, the people or something.
Yeah,
One
man.
out,
So
two,
there was a
three or
story.
something.
There was a story done on them a couple years ago where they got accused of trafficking, and apparently the way the article read, I don't know this firsthand. This is just information I picked up from a couple news stories. The information that I read was that they were involved in. They're referring to it as labor trafficking, right? Where they bring these people up and they pay them very small amounts of money. And what people don't understand is this is a real thing that happens. They bring people up here from foreign countries. They'll put them in an apartment, a two-bedroom apartment, 8 or even 12 deep, right? Where they've got bunk beds and racks in them. And, you'll have 4 people to a bedroom or 3 people to a bedroom, you know. And they warehouse jobs. They'd work for a lot of food trucks in the area because they're restaurants, because they're cash businesses. Dude, listen, I guarantee you, if you went through the kitchens at a couple spots in town here, they would jam up a bunch of people because there's a bunch of shop owners in Memphis, man, that have them in the kitchen, And
Yeah.
listen, I'm not going to turn any of you in. I'm not. But if they put a bounty program out there, I know almost all of you guys. And I remember what
Yeah.
y'all all did to me. I'm horrible. I wouldn't, be
You
mad at
better not spit in
anyone.
my food. But no,
No.
I mean for real. I mean, the ones that are causing troubles, the ones that are called breaking laws, and the ones, you know, for sure. You keep on seeing the one. No, of course, that's the ones they're put in front of the news, in front of the TV. You know, um, it's those are ones we need out of here. We don't need them in the country at all. We don't need if you're you know breaking the law on that part, and like you're terrorizing people, you're robbing, all that kind of stuff. We don't need you in the country. We're good. We got enough of our own homegrown people that's doing that bad stuff that we don't need extra uh, whatsoever.
Well, we got our own problems, man, and until we figure out how to, manage the, the subpar society that we have here, whether they're homeless, whether they're strung out, or whether they're a criminal element, until we learn how to manage those pieces, I think we should focus on what's going on here, before anything else. You know what I mean? Dude, I get tired of
Hmm.
seeing homeless people, man. And we're sending money to for Zelensky to buy another mansion. You know, and let me tell you what I think is fixing to happen to that guy. I believe that he knows he's screwed. And for those that follow American history for the last 20 years, we know that every dictator we've put in power has been murked. Gaddafi, freaking Saddam, everybody we've allowed to be in these positions,
Hmm.
we've murked them. And I believe that even Bin Laden, the CIA built that dude, you know. Um, I believe that his use is up. I'm pretty sure that he got a phone call and said, "Hey, you better tell us what you know about the rest of that money, or we're gonna murk you too." And he posted a few hours ago on Twitter, like, "Hey, we look forward to working with Trump and coming to a resolve." Yeah, they're fixing to end that shit over there, and I think it's because they're fixing to turn over all the documents. For people that don't know,
Oh,
Ukraine is a money laundering entity. Like that entire country is. Zelensky was an installed president. He was a comedian. He was a dancer. He was like a Saturday Night Live showman that all of a sudden gets put into that position. Um, then when you look at what has gone on with COVID and the amount of bio labs that are over there, and you find out that these dudes are working on some nasty, nasty shit over there, and now they're, from what I understand, man, is they've traced origins of COVID back to that fucking lab there. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. When they first went into that country, a couple accounts online broke it down and showed what these guys were doing, and they were bombing the freaking um, the chemical weapon sites. That Victoria Nuland lady, even from the get-go, was like, "Hey, wait a minute, we're worried about these sites." And then they show video from outside the sites, and these dudes are literally, they're not evacuating, they're burning documents in garbage cans. You know what I mean? That they don't have the sense to evacuate. We're not running from the people that are coming to kill us. It's more important to stay here and destroy all this evidence than run for our lives. Help me understand that sense of thinking,
different urgency, yeah, different urgency for sure.
it
But
just
but but speaking on the, I want to see if you've seen this one. Speaking on the ice and stuff, did you come on Twitter? Oops, where'd you go? There we go. Here's my buddy.
He's got a wall around the Vatican, does he not? I got how this works for the Pope. Pope want to fix the Catholic Church. I'm saying this as a lifelong Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. I was first communion as a Catholic, confirmation as a Catholic. He ought to fix the Catholic Church and concentrate on his work and leave border enforcement to us. He wants to attack us from securing our border. He's got a wall around the Vatican, does he not? So he's got a wall around to protect his people and himself, but we can't have a wall around the United States. So I wish he'd stick to the Catholic Church and fix that and leave border.
Did you see that coming? Uh,
well,
Holman versus the Pope.
he laid it out there like he did. It's when you find out that all of these churches, these religious leaders and these activists are actually paid, that USAID money, where do you think that was going? That was being used to pay the voices of individual movements. I bet that if you trace back to the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, that you would find that some of the major players that were involved in some of these movements were paid by funded entities. You know what I mean? They're propped up. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
it.
We know the hippie movement, even the hippie movement and stuff, and a lot of the music was influenced by the
Yes,
CIA back in the '60s and
CIA.
stuff.
Yes,
You
yes. They
know,
prop these people up, man. They make them superstars. And then they use them to deliver their message. Like if the mass of people can pick up anything out of anything I ever say, understand your emotional intelligence as a human and understand the way that you're triggered and start asking the questions. Why are they giving me this information? Why do they think I need to know this? What reaction are they trying to get out of me? You know, because there's a reason that the media tells you shit, man. Bad news on the news is free. Good news is paid for. And as long as you remember that about the news, weird scenes inside the canyon.
yeah. If you want to know about, while Jamie's talking, if you want to learn about the CIA and how they influenced the hippie movement started on its own, was very good. It was peace and love until the CIA got a hold of it. But weird secrets inside the canyon. Check it out if you want to deep dive into to another conspiracy theory of truth and see how crazy it's actually been. Um, you know, in the real world, it's how many times we've been manipulated. You look at, there's been propaganda forever. You look at the old Disney cartoons and stuff back in the 20s and stuff. You look at cold cartoons and stuff, you see it
Oh,
pushing
yeah, absolutely.
propaganda, for World War II and all the way through. If you look at it, the more you start, well, wait a minute, it's going on now. Let me see how long it's been going. Then you start going down that rabbit hole, it goes forever. Um, Absolutely goes forever. Keeps on keeping on.
Keeps dude, the rabbit hole spirals, okay? Like, and it goes in a bunch of different directions, and as soon as you think you're going in one, you get kicked back down to another, and just,
Hmm.
you know, here's what I want. Like, if I could snap my fingers and get three wishes, I want the lists, because that's one. Everybody know what the lists are. We want the Epstein list. We want the Diddy list. We want to know what went on with 9/11. We want the JFK files. We want the lists. Okay. Um, I want to know where all of our money goes and how these people were able to profit off of our tax dollars. You know, and I just want to know if the moon landing was real. Three things. That's all I want. Like, snap your fingers, give it to me. Come on. Because the video images that I've seen that they tried to tell the citizens of the 1960s and 70s that were real are very motherfucking questionable. Because the video of the first spacewalk that I saw is the craziest right out of a 1960s sci-fi film I have ever seen.
Yeah, how was the camera already there?
Well, bro, because they're good, Come on.
How was the camera there when the scene them open up and everything? That is one of them things. If you if what rabbit hole you go down there, like there's a lot of people that believe that the moon landing is real and it actually happened. But the footage they have, because of the technical troubles of coming back and forth and beaming down to Earth and all that kind of stuff, that technology really wasn't there to be able to really do what they need to do. So they actually faked the walking around, all that part that we got to see on TV. Because they weren't too worried about it, because there wasn't things called VCRs and there wasn't called anything called internet, and you couldn't go back and watch it. So once you watched it once, you're just supposed to take it for
That
granted,
was
and
it.
and it went on your way. So you wouldn't. That's why they even erased it. They taped over the landing. on the tapes. So there is a thought process on that, that that it actually happened, but of course the footage, there was no way they could actually show the footage of it.
Okay, so I
Um,
heard I heard that as well. So you can look up an episode of Neil Armstrong saying, well, you watched a he called it a replay or a, can't remember the term that he used, and he's like, because it wasn't live. And basically the way that he set that conversation up and perceived it is, well, we did it, but they had to show you other images reenacting how we did it. It's kind of the way the conversation felt. You know what I mean? And I wish I could find that conversation. Um, it's I think I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I'm not trying to get hated on by everybody for being like, he's a non-believer. Man, I just got some questions, bro. Just
it's
help me understand these things.
it's okay to ask questions. Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it or not, but there was a thing, the Russians had turned around and got all the way down to the point. I mean, they first, first animal in space, excuse me, first people in space, first landing, everything was, they were all behind, and all of a sudden, boop, we caught up, and it's kind of like, did we really? Or, I mean, and that's the questionable side on a lot of people, of course, that's the reason of Operation Paperclip. And we had all the German scientists and all the Nazis they brought over here to help us win that and increase our technology and stuff. Evil ass people
Let me tell you,
that
with
did
all
some
those
horrible
people,
things. That did some horrible things, and but they were, all their sins were forgiven by the U.S. government because they were helping us win that race
right,
and more.
makes you ask a lot of questions. Makes you ask a lot of questions. You know.
The more you ask, the more questions there are. Though it's the bad part.
Well, and so 2006, uh, it feels so much easier now to have some of these conversations, I think, because back in 2016, anytime you brought up any of these things or you talked about, any of the issues from any kind of a conservative standpoint or whatever, you're immediately labeled a racist or you're a sexist or you hate gay people or, whatever. You couldn't say anything unless you were getting the isms thrown at you. You know what I mean? I feel like we've reached a point now, though, that so many minorities are on board with Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, Ricky Pike. I was in Fresh Market yesterday, and I was wearing my Alex Jones shirt in Fresh Market. Cat behind the meat market back there. First of all, I got a couple really, and then for those of you that don't know, Midtown is like the liberal mecca of Memphis. Um, so I'm in the grocery store, a couple hateful looks as I walk through. Of course, I got my black MAGA on as well. But I walked by the meat counter and there's a new cat working at the meat counter back there, man. And him and I talked for a few seconds, and he saw me a couple days prior, and cut some meat up for me. And he goes, "Hey, man, I really like your shirt." And my shirt says, "Alex Jones was right." That's all it says. And I go, "Oh, really?" I said, "You follow Alex?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, Man, I used to buy into that he's crazy just because everybody said he was. Man." And then I got on Twitter and I started really listening to him, started pointing out all the things that he's right on. Man, Alex Jones, a smart dude. I'm like, wow. I
Hmm
was blown away, and I think that I think that the stereotypes that people try to use on you to put them isms on you, I think that's gone. I think that people look at Americans now, and in my opinion, Americans are Americans. We all want, baby, whether you white, black, tan, whether you Latino or Asian, whether you're European or African American, you're an American, and American are for Americans, whether they're Latino, Italian, black, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about that dude over there. I care about my Americans right here, no matter, and I think that more people are starting to finally, you know, it's starting to catch on. The echo chambers of all that negative bullshit seem to have slowed down.
Oh yeah,
You
more and
know,
more people are waking up, and actually a lot of stuff going on right now that's the with these politicians crying on TV and boo-hooing and raising 10 kinds of hell. You got, you know, Maxine Waters getting on and saying, well, what do they have on us? What do they, what it, well, there's probably a lot of stuff to be had on you, you old evil looking thing. But, you know, she just looks weird.
uh,
She just talks, I don't know. She's just something else.
uh,
The term limits, baby. Term
term
limits
limits,
needs to happen
absolutely.
because, you got so many of them been in there forever, and they just walking dead looking. Looks like they could be on the cast. Some of them, and they're walking around like that. I mean, come on. Uh,
Dude, look, man, either somebody's beating
Pelosi's
Mitch
liver is for
McConnell's
for
ass.
sure. Pelosi's liver is for sure walking dead.
Oh, bro, good God.
Oh man,
I don't know if you've heard, but I saw an update a little while ago. It says that 75,000 federal workers have accepted the buyout. And for those that don't know, first thing DT did is he came in the office and he said, "Listen, we're fixing to go through here with a fine tooth comb, and we're going to figure out what we need and what we're wasting money on. So here's your option: we can let you resign right now, and we'll give you 8 months worth of severance, or you can stay and ride it out. But if we can you ain't getting shit." So as of today, tonight, it looks like 75,000 federal workers have accepted the buyout. So, and I'm sure
I'm
that a
jumping
lot of
off
those
that sinking
people,
ship.
hell yeah, man, and a lot of those people, and what people don't know, man, is listen, the federal government and a lot of these positions, it's very much a nepotism society, right? Everybody's sisters, cousins, daughters, these guys are getting all these different roles in these government agencies and positions and these are all six-figure
And media,
jobs,
and media
and in
too.
media, right? And they're pushing right through. And then once you find out that the US government is funding those media assets through US aid, it changes the whole game because now all these motherfuckers are on the take. All of them. Let me tell you something. I would almost guarantee that Amy Schumer is a paid operative of her uncle.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, if you look through it and then if you start digging into it, if you take the time, you can dig into it and like it won't take you long, really. You can find it with ease. But how many husbands or wives or significant uncles or brothers are in powerful positions in the major media conglomerates and their significant other or sister or brother is well to do in politics? They're right there hand in hand. They're right there. And like you said, with USAID, it's not aid and shit, but money laundering. As the facts that come out, um, it is a nice acronym, and it makes it look like it's been great and it helps people, and which it had. You know, we've talked about it on here, like all that money that was raised for Haiti, and Haiti's a war zone. We raised as a country, millions of dollars. People come out there and gave out their pocket to help. Every time you see something like that, I'm sure all the money, like all the money back in what the uh, we Are the World come out with all the
Right.
money for Africa. They're still the poorest countries. Some of the poorest countries in the world is sitting in Africa. We None of that money reached them. None of that money
Right.
reached the people. It was all money laundering. It was all the connections right there in the media, in Hollywood, and and the politics. Politicians are all there together, and they're using each other to make each other rich.
Right.
It's a good old boy system, but
Good old
in
boy system. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Uh, your bullshit degree in uh, gender studies get you a six-figure plus job for your aunt and uncle who run the State Department.
Hmm. Chelsea
Uh,
Clinton. Look at how much huge money he was
bro.
making from Aid, AID or whatever.
Right.
Here you want another one. Um,
Yeah.
we better. We might be had to stay careful. We're too close to Arkansas over here, and the ties. They might come
Bro.
across the river and try to get us.
For those that don't know, there's a little list called, just Google Hillary Clinton list or the Clinton list. I'm just, we were kind of talking about it earlier about the Black Eye Club. How many of these politicians and people get all messed up on this, like, I I wonder if we're going to see more of that. I think these dudes are being tortured and interrogated. Like, no, you're going to vote for this, and then they beat the crap out of them with a ball peen hammer. Like old school mob style Vegas movie shit.
Hmm.
Like that's truly what I think is going on. But I don't know shit.
uh,
I'm a high school dropout, so don't take me.
I mean, and I think there's initiations, kind of like, uh, you know,
Here, go
when
fuck
we
this goat,
saw
and we're
with
going to
we
film it. And if you ever
or
say
worse.
anything, we're going to show this video of you fucking this goat,
Uh, that's
or way
how.
worse.
Yeah, or way worse.
Right?
Or this little child, or God knows what else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's where Epstein coming and Diddy and the ones
Hey,
that
but
that aren't covered. And the ones that aren't uncovered, those aren't the only ones. And that shit hadn't stopped. I guarantee you, just because those
here's the
two are
thing,
not
though.
in the
That's
playing
right. Don't
game.
don't you stop with Epstein. Like, hey, this list comes out and it's all done. Epstein worked for somebody, okay?
Hmm.
And if you don't trace where that line goes, and hey, we've said it 100 times, follow the money. Who propped up Epstein? Who made him who he was? Who did he make? Who did he do business with? Come on, bro. Yeah,
For sure, for sure.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just think that I I hope that this is the year for redemption, and that we see some things come to light that we've been wanting answers on for many years. You know, um, yeah, man, I want to know what the hell's going on. Where's my
Yeah,
money going?
me too. Me too.
It's sad when you pay taxes every year, because I am somebody that has to pay taxes. For those of you that don't, I do. Okay. Um, and when you're self-employed and have to pay taxes, it's hard. Okay. I have to write a check at
Hmm.
the end of the year.
That's gonna be me
People are
this
like,
year. I won't
I got
lie.
7 grand back. I'm like, dude, you didn't work.
Hurts your feelings. You hear about it, like, yeah,
Whew.
you know, I remember years like when we did 269, I was working so much overtime, and I was paying in like 12, $14,000 worth of federal tax, and and then hearing people get back what I paid in, I was like, basically just they're taking my money and handing it to them. Basically, like, here you go. Y'all made they made it work. Might have worked 5 seconds and got a couple of W-2s, or maybe not worked at all and you still got. It's crazy.
Right.
And some people need some help, but that
Help's got a
generational
line, bro. Help's got a line. Okay.
that generational stuff is crazy. I mean, and I know, um, people, and then generational, going back to 2 or 3 generations and stuff. People at 36 as a grandma because everybody's young doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing, kind of thing.
Right.
And of course, when they're that young, having babies, they're going to be on the system. It's Uh, it's not one race or anything like that. It's everybody's all people want to paint pictures, but you know there's people in all groups are doing it. So it ain't a racial thing. It's just people using the system, and once
Dude,
they get in the system, they don't want to come back out of it.
I grew
It's
up with a
not
family
a
that was
racial
in that
thing.
system. No, I grew up in the family. I grew up in that system, man. I remember, God, as a little kid, man, uh, starting elementary school in the projects, with God, I think 11 of us living in the house, 12 of us living in the house. Um, but I've got aunts, two aunts that never got out of that. I got an uncle that never got out of that. You know what I mean? And once you learn that, hey, this is as good as it gets, and they you know embed that into your psyche that this is all I'll ever be, you just get complacent in it, man. And I'm
It's
glad I got
easy. I
some
mean,
cousins that got out, man. But man,
yeah. I mean, it's easy if you think about. I mean, you sit back home and I can get $2,000 of money and then $1,500 worth of food and my rent is $50 a month and my light bill is lighter because everything. Or if I go to work and I get a regular job, I'm only making $10, $12 an hour at first, and then I'm struggling my ass off.
right,
Uh, it's kind of hard not to go. I can sit on my ass and eat well, or I can go work myself to death and starve. I mean, it's in this bad situation. There's got to be a balance to it, and path for people that can help them. The people that need help, they get access or help. They need it. Okay, we need to get them the help. And sometimes the bad thing is a lot of people that do need help, just a little temporary, they can't get it. They want them to jump through hoops uh, and crap, and instead of getting the people that actually just need a little temporary help to kind of bump them along, so they don't have to be on that system all their life. They don't want to give that to them, but the people they can know that they're going to be in the system forever, that's who they want to help because then they own them. They, we giving you this, so you got to do what we say, and you know, that's old Lyndon B. Johnson kind of one of him that.
so if we know the CIA murked Kennedy, you know the outcome pretty much was the onset of the Vietnam War. Was that a major factor? They talk about, him trying to register, APAC as a foreign agent. Was that the reason? You know, was it because he was banging Marilyn Monroe? Why do you think they killed him, Ricky Pike?
I think it's multiple reasons. I think the APAC part is a very good viable. I think it for sure. He wanted to do away with the Federal Reserve. He wanted to go back, you know, and we've talked about it on here a bunch of times. But the ones that don't know, the Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. That's just a name. They're not. They haven't owned. They're the ones that print our money. They haven't had any gold since the 1936, I think it is. They haven't had any gold on hand.
Right.
We all are based on the petrodollar, and if they lose that control, it was the unions and the mob were kind of mad at him too at the same time. So it was a lot of people that wasn't exactly happy with him. He stopped them from going attacking Cuba because they wanted to do that false flag, which that's been
What
declassified,
was the
which a lot
name
of
of that
people.
mission? Was that Northwoods?
Yes, Northwoods.
Operation
You're looking
Northwoods.
at uh, they wanted to, and here, the ones that don't know, they wanted to use a plane and crash it, and then say the Cubans were the ones that did it and crash one of our own planes down in Florida. That sounds kind of familiar. Something happened, 30 years later, but That's just a quinkadink.
Right.
That's all.
It
Just
is
a
always a
quinkadink.
coincidence.
That's it.
Always a coincidence. You can never tie the two of them together. You know, it's.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh, man. One of these days, bro, one of these days, we'll have all the answers, but we'll never have them all, you know.
Yeah. But I want to give everybody a chuckle for the ones that are listening.
Yeah, man.
We need a chuckle. A talking
Always.
boom. Why did they go to? Here's Jamie's uh Twitter page here. What in the world happened here? I think it's his mouse. Get out of here, mouse.
You got a mouse?
I got two monsters. I got two of them. I think that one is
Well, I'm
being
back in the
stupid.
chat now. What happened there? My other page is closed down.
They don't like what we're saying. They're trying to get us.
I don't know, man. You think your TV watches you, bro?
Oh yeah, all of it does.
He said, "Oh yeah."
Well, it's like
Uh,
YouTube. Like YouTube, you can't do anything without let it keep up with your history. You know.
Evil's not bluffing. One of our satellites is falling out of orbit. Which one? It's the one that looks like
Let
a
me
parrot.
zoom this in. This is for y'all. This is funny. Come on. There it is. How
Big
this first started.
balls.
Lord Almighty.
Evil's not bluffing. One of our satellites is falling out of orbit. Which one? It's the one that looks like a parrot.
Big balls.
Lord Almighty.
That looks just like my husband.
Big balls.
Are they nice and firm?
Well, what do you think?
Look at that. It looks like a set of giants.
Big balls here.
Wang, pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying.
Big BALLS.
What? That's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's.
Big balls online.
Johnson. Yes, sir. Any sign of that satellite?
that is funny. That is funny.
I had to share that today. It was just one of the ones I had to. Man, yeah, that's their CNN. Them don't want to talk about what all the stuff that's being uncovered and all that. They want to because one of the guys' Twitter handles is big balls,
Big
and so
balls.
that's the whole absolute. And they got nothing else better to talk about. Whatever to distract us from them actually being corrupt and terrible. That's it's just. But
Yeah, yeah. Don't pay attention. Pay
no.
attention to this over here. It's a distraction, yo.
Yeah. No. Wait a minute. Here's a flashy thing over here. Look
Hey,
at the
who had them? What were they? What were they for? What was the operation? Why was everybody so secretive about it in the other administration? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
where's
that's
all
the
that
part they really
information?
didn't come out and say. It was like, oh, this just was, um, oh, they had access and they had this. I'm like, if it's that simple, why didn't the? I mean, I know the Biden administration was secrets on top of secrets. They didn't want to tell nobody anything, but I
Right.
mean, that right there would have been a real easy and wouldn't have been a big old deal. I don't know. What about all these airplanes keep coming out of the sky?
Bro, there was
There was
another one
another one
today.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God, man. And you really have to
Boeing.
start looking into the question about technology, and the parts that, are supplied for these aircraft. We know that the majority of this stuff is produced overseas. The chips and components and pieces of the electronics. Man, come on, bro. You know, I saw a video the other day showing a pair of drone goggles that was pulled out of um, the Russian theater. I don't know if it was Ukrainian or if it was it was Russia's, but they go to pull the goggles out and they take them apart first to check them out, and they've got plastic explosive inside the goggles. So who's to say
Dang.
that some of this stuff that gets shipped over here isn't made out of a flammable compound or explosive compound or corrosive compound or something meant to deteriorate over time? I, I don't know, man.
Could be. But here's the one from today for the ones that hadn't seen it. Boom.
Oh shit! It doesn't sound.
And it's like the plane's just going straight down.
Yeah, just fell out of the sky, bro.
The good thing is the pilots did eject, so there was nobody killed. But um, again, these planes are just like
grids or what have you.
Let me go straight.
And
wow,
situation here.
Looking for
grids are searching for debris. Word is both pilots were rescued, and I could be.
What kind of aircraft was that? Like a T-38 or a? I think it was a. Let me look.
EA-18G Growler.
Oh,
Boeing.
Growler. That's right.
Another
that's right.
Boeing.
Oh, that's got to help their stock. My poor dad. My poor pop. His stock is going to fall tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
If it hadn't already. You know what I mean? Like,
they probably don't think stated as it closes at like 3:30 here. Oh yeah, yeah. Hiker talking about the Gulf of America. Yeah, have you looked at that? The Gulf of America. You can look up on your Google Maps and your Apple Maps, and it shows Gulf of America now.
well, some of them do. The Apple map does not.
I seen somebody showed it was they finally updated Apple too, but I know the Google does because I looked it up myself. I don't have an iPhone. Well, I do. I got one charged. I got some iPhones laying around here, but yeah, they which I guess it's one of them silly things. It's kind of like I mean, it's just funny how there's so many good things happening right now, and like we said earlier, we need to take the wins for the wins and deal with the other ones. Like we need to
Right.
appreciate, like we were said earlier, we need to appreciate the transparency of everything. We need to appreciate like all the good things or that's coming out from I guess you not say good thing, but it's good that they're coming to light. But
Right.
then like silly stuff like he stopped. We're not making pennies no more. But I think they had
Right.
made pennies since like for over a year now. But
Well, I think the pennies that are
which
in circulation need to stay there.
yeah,
You
which
know,
now it's but makes you wonder. You got some theorists on one side thinking that is opening the door for just pure digital currency too. They stop making pennies and well maybe the nickels are cost too much. We'll start making nickels and then just go down the line until well we just need digital.
listen, we can put it on
Which
plastic.
we already do
Okay.
mostly. Most people,
Oh
that's
yeah,
all they
most of
use
it's
is
through a credit
digital.
card. Yeah, credit card transactions, one after another, after another, after another.
Yeah, debit card, and barely carry any cash on them. I'm one of them. I won't lie. Just I got cash on hand, but I don't. I'd rather use my card most of the time, not to keep my cash. But that's the potential's there. It is a viable thought. They could go down that path, but hopefully it won't.
Right. Well, I don't know, man. Um, I don't think the major players with the money are going to go for that because these people have too much cash on hand. And I think that if you were going to go to an all digital currency, these people that have these massive amounts of wealth hidden. Take check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Take Pablo Escobar for example. If you wanted to, just dive down a crazy tunnel here. This dude at one point was one of the top five, I think top 10, top 5 richest men in the world. Is that right? Now I
I
got to
think
Google it,
thank you.
right?
I think you
But
are.
he had millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in cash
On hand, yeah.
on hand. You know what I mean? And I truly believe that when you get into some of these families, that granted, while they've got a lot of their funds and assets and everything tied up into real estate and in the market, I also believe that these people have hundreds of millions of dollars in cash on hand, cash,
Oh yeah.
gold, uh, certificates. Yeah,
Oh yeah, bonds and stuff.
right. You know what I mean? I think that's a real thing. Um, So and if you've got $1 billion in cash broken up in 20 different houses or safes or wherever you've got this money stored at, you ain't gonna want to see that. You know, I gotta now if I want to be able to use this currency, I gotta go fucking deposit it so they know who I am. No, no.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, kind of crazy. I don't see it float. I don't see it going over well at all. Um, Wally has got the question: are we going to have Canada and Mexico as our states? What do you think, Mister Jamie?
All right. Now, last time I even touched on this subject, 2 of my Canadian friends deleted me from social media.
Oh damn! I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you this. Going south into Mexico, I think that we will get the northern territory of Mexico along the entire border from coast to coast. I think that the Mexican government knows that those states in northern Mexico are overrun by cartel, corrupt police officers, and don't want to deal with it, right? That part of the country doesn't benefit Mexico. There's too much corruption there for it to be beneficial for them, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I think that it would be easy for Trump to work out a deal to take control of that and our U.S. military go in now that they've been designated as fucking terror groups to go in and obliterate them. You know, um, as far as our partner to the north, you know, the amount of money that we're subsidizing that country for every year, if we cut our financial obligation to them off, those guys are fucked, you know, and for their leaders to act like that's not a well, not their leaders, but Trudeau at the time blew it off like oh, the U.S. doesn't have an impact on us. No, it does. Pierre was like, wait a minute, we need the U.S.
Like
Um,
65% of their coming in is us. They
is
don't
us.
really
It's
have a
U.S. goods,
military.
right? They
They
don't.
don't have a military. We are their military. I mean,
Well, now wait
so
a minute. Hang on. They do have a an efficient fighting force, but they do not have a military the size of ours. Because some of their guys died on the ground right next to our guys in the Middle East and Afghanistan. So I don't take it
that's
away
true.
that
That's true.
you know
Yeah,
they
that's
do
true.
have a military. They just don't have a sizable military as to ours. You know, um, yeah, I believe that we will become a major interest within the Canadian government in the next 4 years, and I think it's going to happen within the next 2 years. You know, I don't know if they're going to go territory status or I don't think it'll be a state status, but I think it'll be a territory status. You know, 100%. I
Like Puerto
100%
Rico and
believe.
Guam
Yes, I 100% believe that will happen. You know,
could be. Um,
listen, I'm gonna tell you, and for people that think that Canadians don't want it to happen, it's true. I know a girl in Toronto right now that is dying for it to happen, so I can finally come up there and kidnap her and bring her legally back to the U.S. So, I'm rooting for it. Trump is rooting for it. My Canadian girl is rooting for it. But I did find out that if you call Canada Canada, Canadians get real upset about it. I was playing with her one day and I'm like, well, I'll just come to Canada and kidnap you. Oh, she didn't like that at all. Don't you talk about my Canada like that. Canada! Canada! I'm just making jokes, people.
Yeah, I could. It's possible, but I mean, it goes back to back in the '90s, they were kind of they hinting this back in the '90s even about you know, I mean, if you just look at the North American Treaty Act, kind of
Right.
everybody working together, and I think that laid the groundwork for this actually being possibility
Right.
of this being a thing. I thought about that back then. I was sure young and wasn't really sure what was going on, but I remember seeing and that wondering, asking questions, as I always do, um, about how are we going to be one. They were talking like different groups. Okay, you got the Canada, United States, and Mexico as one group, and you got this group over here in Europe, and it was everything was kind of sectors and stuff, and uh, is that the possibility of them going that way is that's it. Anything is possible, as always.
Anything is
Anything is
possible,
possible.
brother. Well, I think that
That's why we talk about it.
the northern Mexico thing is going to play out before anything else. When you look at the amount of people, look, man, it's a shame how people in this country have been taught to look at slavery, that existed in this America in our country in the early stages of America, and want to focus so much on that, but overlook the real world trafficking that is happening right now. When you look at these people that are coming across the border, these are black people, white people, Asian people, Middle Easterns. They're coming from all over the world, and they are all being trafficked. These people are paying um, cartel members of these different organizations to help them get through the desert, to get hooked up with people inside the United States, to help these people illegally enter. They're being raped by the droves. These small kids are being given birth control packs and condoms, plan B's and condoms, so that not if it happens, it's for when it happens. you know and from what I understand, man, some of the specials that I've seen where they're investigating this stuff, man, they teach these kids to comply so they don't get killed. And that is just a horrible thing to listen to, and people don't want that activity stopped. You know,
Hmm.
they downplay it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people, we've talked about it on here. A lot of people had the mentality of they put their head in the sand and, I hope they don't get kicked in the ass. And so, that if they don't see it, and they're not thinking about it, then it don't happen, and that's, I mean, I understand one side of that. You don't want to be thinking about gloom and doom and all this crazy stuff all the time, but you can't sit back and just put your head in the sand and hope things are going to get better. They're not.
Right.
You gotta stuff. You gotta do the hard things sometimes and put this out here and hopefully let people know that hey, it's uh, stuff is
Right.
crazy out here. There's some terrible, terrible people, and there's been a lot of terrible people who've been in charge for a long, long time, and hopefully there's a change going on. We talk about it, or hopefully, um, you know, I'm curious to see. We see what all Trump's doing. I'm curious to see what RFK does. I'm curious to see, um, how Cash Patel does, and then Tulsi, and we'll I think those three there and what they actually accomplish is going to be the ones, and what they accomplish really quick is going to let us know, do we need to get nervous, or is there actually a wave of change actually happening? I
Right.
think that's I think that's what's going to actually tell us. Either we're going to be knowing that it's good things or possibility coming, and it might get a little rocky here and there because there's going to be feet. They're going to be rocked back. There's a lot of people's losing a lot of money and access to a lot of money, and they're going to be upset. So there's going to be some crazy shit happen, from here and there. But um, I like this right here. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Oop, that's the wrong one. I'll show that one too in a second. The wife of the judge blocking the Trump administration is is a USAID grant recipient. Imagine that. Judge is just trying to help his wife. That's
Man,
all. It's okay. It's okay. And the one I had pulled up, the FBI said they had the right to allow Jeffrey Epstein to run his sex trafficking, because they were watching him for so long, but they just let him keep on hurting them children and uh, over and over again for years and years, for what, 17 years or more,
right.
uh, until they got enough information. It's
There was a
so
video floating around online talking about talking about this flight attendant that worked on his flight that Inside Edition apparently did this story on back in the 90s or something. And it made me wonder, like, I wonder how long they've really known all this shit was going on, Um, like I think they know, you know what I mean? Like they've been knowing for a long time that all this shit is going on.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, some of it was being allowed to happen. People were getting paid
Well, if
off
you're using
when
it using it as a blackmail operation, then you know.
they probably. I mean, not that there's facts yet, but yeah, they possibly could have funded some of it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Who you
You
think they're
know,
in bed with? You think it's just the CIA or the FBI, or do you think
oh,
maybe another
it's.
country is involved?
I think it's a long cabal of lots of it.
Right.
Um, he could be. Could be a lot. It could be. You're looking at lots of powerful people and lots of powerful. And especially some of the ones that you think is on there. On the list that
Right.
Prince Andrews and stuff like that. So you looking in. It could be. Mossad. It could be Israel. It could be. Oh, I'll be damned. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Is that Jamie?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
What's up, dude?
Just chilling, brother. Just chilling.
Well,
Talking about all the goings on in the world right now.
oh my Lord, there's so much going on. Oh boy. Actually, I thought I was just signing up for the app, Ricky. You listen, you froze, dude.
No, I sent you the whole link. I was gonna put you a link in the other one where I had to bring you in. I was like, I didn't want you had to go through all that and get confusing on it. I was like, well, I'll just send you the link where you can just pop on. So
Well, there you go. I told you I would. Here I am.
yeah. For Dave wasn't able to make it tonight, but he's got hopefully everything. Uh,
Well, it's about time you got here.
so
Jamie, hey, I appreciate you messaging me back last night.
Yeah,
we
brother.
definitely, let's not do it on here, but let's definitely sit down and talk.
Yeah, man, we will. We will. We'll get together.
You
Absolutely,
got
man.
some awesome ideas. So,
honestly, after the show, that's the cool thing about this. We can actually people can talk and after the show when it's not live and everybody knows what the hell we're talking about.
I got you. I got you. So what is the 41%? What is that?
That's
39%.
It's uploading. So what it's doing is it's uploading the video as we talk live so that it doesn't upload it all at the end. So when you
Gotcha.
get done and you log off, you have to wait just a second so that all of your video uploads.
I got you. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for the ones that don't, for everybody on here, that's this is Mr. Danny, Mr. Shotgun. Y'all have heard us talk about it, SEFC on his fights and stuff like that. Had a fight a couple weeks ago, and this is the man who owns the promotion, so he gonna come on. I invited him on today to see if he want to come on and chit chat with us and everything. So
what's up, guys?
See what kind of stuff he got in his head.
Oh Lord, that might be a bad idea tonight.
Well, we are always doing bad ideas on here, but
well, if we're into bad ideas, then it's a good idea.
There we
I
go.
mean, we get suspended pretty regularly off them other channels like
just
YouTube and
just don't say anything about Uncle Bill Gates. Don't say anything about him.
All right,
we're leaving his name out, and about pretty much anything else we've gotten away with so far. But other than people deleting,
don't let me be the one to mess it up.
Yeah, other than people just deleting us and stuff because they get mad at what we say, but they'll be strong.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Yeah,
I think I make somebody mad every day.
Well, I'm not here to coddle people's feelings every day, so they can get over it. It's
I love you, Jamie.
Man, look, people can just get mad, man. They can get glad at the same frame. So
that's right.
Okay,
in the same fucking pants.
I need a holder for this phone or something, man. It's in the car. I'm going to go get it. Anyway, we'll just put it right there. So what are we talking about?
Well, we were talking about
we took it off.
we were talking about the conspiracies of the world today.
Oh Lord.
Just some of the things going on with people being confirmed, and just we're literally are all over the place. Just talk about Papa Trump being in office. Glad my grandpa's back.
Yeah,
look, I was Ubering today, and dude, God, there was probably 3 people in my car, and that's all they wanted to talk about was Trump being in the office. All 3 of them were African American. All 3 of them loved it. Kind of tripped me out because it's always been negative, but today it's a pretty interesting conversation about all of it. Actually, I don't know what all I could say, so I'm kind of holding back a little bit.
You can kind of let her rip for a little bit. We cuss and raise hell. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Twitter. Kick, and a few others. So Twitch. We're on live on Twitch also at the same time. I'm actually live on my personal Facebook today and the Facebook page. So I'm trying to start
we have a lot
today,
of the same friends, Ricky. So I'm probably going to kind of watch what I say a little bit for right now. Anyway, you know me. I don't usually.
Yeah, I understand.
Give 2 shits. So
yeah,
but
yeah, we were just talking about how who all is going to be tied in. Like when they released the Epstein list, is it just going to be FBI, or I think it's going to be a lot. I think it's probably going to be some Mossad. There's going to be some Israel. There's going to be a little bit, several people.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
There was a lot of powerful people that was being blackmailed, and so I think there's going to be a lot of them in there.
Yeah, quite a few names are already out, aren't they? Have we talked about those yet?
Yeah, there's lots of names, but they're the official list is. We've seen lists and we've put them on here before. We talked about some of the names, but of course, I think Arkansas's own old Wild Bill, he was number 1, I think, on the list. But
I'm sorry, I got a phone call coming in on another phone.
You're good.
My bad.
All right. All right. A few things have changed over on this side of the world for me, and I'm getting some interesting text messages and pictures, should I say.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. All right. So Epstein, go ahead.
Well, just don't put them on the live feed there. We can't put
No,
that on there.
sir,
I'll
I'm
get me in
not.
trouble there. Yeah, don't
No, I
get me in
can't do
trouble on
that.
that. I'm already got one knock on YouTube.
Um, what's up, boy? I got a pit right here, man. That's about 105 pounds. It's a big dog, man. Big old
I got a boxer over there where the land is where I bought it, and he comes up and hangs out with me.
Yeah. Dude, this is probably the
He's probably
best dog
120
I've ever
pounds
had.
himself.
Full-blooded pit. It eats about 40 pounds a week.
Damn.
It's a big dog. That thing, he's about 100. I think the last time I weighed him was 102 pounds.
Damn. Jamie and have y'all seen? Did y'all see this today where they stopped at 59 million?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
here on the screen. Yeah, FEMA actually director actually sent on illegally diverted 59 million from disaster relief to house more illegals there at the Roosevelt, and yeah.
You talking about in New York?
It's been returned, yeah, in New York. It got returned though.
Where did Jamie go? Everybody disappeared on me.
What? Well, you
I can't see
changed.
anybody.
You
Can't see anybody
changed.
on screen.
Oh no, we're down at the bottom. We're
that's
still
because
here.
I
We're
popped this
still
big
here.
screen.
He's got the
Yeah,
big
we're still
screen
here.
on. You're on your phone.
Okay, I got
I
you.
didn't think about that.
That's all. Don't let me alone or something.
We scared him. We scared him.
You're by yourself now. You got to run the show.
Hey man, I'm good, dude. What's up? We're gonna talk about something else.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
They try to sneak it in again. Which yeah, the Pakistan government actually owns the Pakistan actually owns that hotel now.
So that
which we
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me send this message. I don't know why it's not blocking my calls.
No worries. So that story actually broke about 6 or 7 months ago. They found out that the government, not people within the government, the country government of Pakistan is who owns that building. So the money that we're paying them is literally going straight to that country, man. And
that's crazy.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but one certain Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan, like a couple hundred yards from their Camp Lejeune of the Pakistani army. I mean, or their Paris Island. I'm sorry, it's where all their recruits are trained at. You're telling me that's a coincidence? Get out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I believe in coincidences anymore.
No,
it's just a quinkadink. That's what I have
Right.
a word for. Quinkadink.
Right.
Yeah, that coincidence. You keep adding the same coincidence over and over again. Eventually, it's got to be fact. Come on.
Yeah. If you can verify through a couple different sources, it's probably true.
I'm kind of doing
always
some
check
research
3.
while I'm sitting here talking to you guys too. So
that's what we do. We do it at the same time too. We were me and Jamie and Dave. We're sitting on the computer typing away and pulling up sites as we go along, and we got a bunch of them saved. We both save a lot of shit, but yeah, we still.
Y'all, look, I've kind of been incognito for a couple of years, so I'm kind of getting up to speed on some of this.
Yeah, well, there's some fun shit going on.
It's a lot. I mean, the more you dig, the more you're gonna see, and then you're gonna be like, damn, and the more you want to dig.
Oh wow!
This is kind of funny right here. I thought.
I believe that's what I'm reading right now.
Dude blocked CNN at his mom's house using parental controls so she couldn't watch it.
This is how we save America.
Wow.
That's it. Because that's who all the ones that are watching
Right.
CNN. Like if you go on nursing homes and stuff, that's
So,
the only people who are watching it.
so a story came out. I don't know if it was halfway into the pandemic or right when the pandemic started, but somebody had done some research on viewership of CNN and then added up all the TVs in the terminals in major airports across the US that were showing CNN. And they came to this conclusion that the viewership of CNN is grossly inflated because every channel in your airport was on CNN,
He's on
right?
CNN. Yeah.
Right. So it's come to light in the last week that USAID was propping up all these different news organizations, Politico. Um, I think some people in the New York Times got jammed up in, or the New York Post, whichever one of them is the other leaning side. But I wonder how much of that money is going to be found to be tied in with major players of networks like ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. You know, you're not an organic activist if you're on a payroll. Okay.
Did they? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine, brother.
Go ahead, let her rip.
What? I don't know how long ago this was. I think it was 2 days ago. I heard something about CNN with ties with Israel.
Dude, I think all the media has ties with Israel. If you watch it on TV,
Oh,
it
yeah.
has ties with Israel.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
I
They
mean,
they
it's
got
all
their hands in
malpractice either way.
everything. You know,
Boy, quit.
that's a real. You know,
Uh,
they own the UFC. They own.
Man.
Dude, you just said it.
And you've seen what happened with Bryce Mitchell and all that. You know,
Oh
it's
my God.
and like Dana
Dude.
White popped out and had read off of a a piece of paper what he is supposed to say. You know, it was most times you see Dana White shooting from the hip and raising hell and cussing people out like he normally does, but
Yeah.
here he actually had a script he actually had to read, and which made it kind of crazy. And
I think I saw a little different one. Um, uh, he was talking about his views on freedom of speech. And that even though he didn't like Bryce, that he thought he was the dumbest man on the planet, but freedom of speech. That's what I've always known Dana to
yeah,
be about. Kind of the way I feel
yeah,
about it too. I mean, I think you should be able to say whatever is on your mind. And
because of the freedom of
hold on
speech.
a second, my dog is stop. Go, boy. Go lay down somewhere. Go. All right. God.
I mean, there's certain things I agree, but there's certain things you should keep to yourself.
Yeah, that might have been one of them.
You agree with something, and believe something, but there's certain things you just don't
You should probably shut the hell
put
up
out there
about.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
not gonna
Bryce. I mean,
lie.
I've trained with Bryce. And he's a great guy, and he's one of the ones that do anything to help you and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But he has moments like that. He was one of them. He shouldn't have. The
Well,
rest of the stuff, like you said, we talked about last week. Like a lot of stuff he said was true. Like
stop.
he, Adolf burnt all the the homosexual books, and he shut down the clubs, and he did all that stuff. He did do that, but he's saying he a good person, whatever. No, that was he
Yeah.
should never said
I
that
had an
ever,
aunt
ever.
that was in a concentration camp. Her name was Blondie Magnini. I do believe was her last name. Man, you talk about some stories. Whew. I got chills right now. Some of the things that she would talk about.
Oh,
I was young, very young, very, very young. There was a few things he said kind of pissed me off, but again, it is Bryce.
It is Bryce. I mean, we're not going to agree I was talking to somebody tonight. Was talking about it, and he appreciate like just like for this podcast here, like me and Jamie and Dave, like we agree on a lot of things, and there's certain things we probably don't agree exactly on, and we got a different opinion on it. But we're not, nobody here is jumping and agree, smashing anybody for because we don't agree exactly. You should have an open view of like, hey, you got your point of view, I got my point of view. We shouldn't be hating each other because we have a certain different point of view. Which that's what the media and stuff wants us to do. They want us to hate each other for
Yeah.
having just a small disagreement. And that's bullshit. Just because we don't
Look, if
agree
I
on
can't
one
say,
item.
if I can't be open and honest with you, then I don't need to be on here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're either gonna get mad or you're not.
Right. Well, you should
So
have the ability to listen to somebody that has a differing opinion and not lose
exactly.
your shit. That's called being a grown up.
Yeah, right. We're missing a lot of that these days.
That we
Nobody
are.
gets their damn feelings hurt.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, Jamie. I mean, if it's being a grown up, we don't have to agree with everything. We can, agree to disagree and go on our way and think, okay, you're not, it is what it is. But, as long as it's nothing catastrophic or something like that, like we agree, like, uh, you know, I seen somebody was talking about somebody had, on, was torturing animals and stuff over in Arkansas and over in West Memphis. And like, if anybody agrees that's good, you probably don't need to talk to me or no
Man, what?
no shotgun either.
That's
uh,
man. Kids and animals, boy. You better watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. I think I've paid that fine a couple of times. Not that I've ever been to jail or nothing.
I saved a dog's life one time because somebody had put her in a kennel and threw her on the side of the road and left the kennel closed. Just went boop, no
Yeah.
water, no nothing.
Look,
And I picked her up and brought her home.
same thing
My
here.
parents love that dog.
The ex was taking a kid to school, and a minivan, just a carrying crate, had about 5 or 6 puppies in it, and they just tossed it out the side of the van.
I saw that, bro. I saw that.
We had them dogs at one point.
I seen one today that somebody threw 2 puppies on the side of the road. And of course, you didn't know who did it. I like to put my foot up their ass, whoever did it, but
It's only a $276 fine in Horn Lake, brother.
But they taped the paws and taped the legs together and taped the mouths together.
What?
And threw them on the side of the girl. Yeah, I seen the video. I didn't share it or nothing. It pissed me off. Absolutely pissed me off. Just like,
wow.
I take a baseball bat to somebody's head over that shit. I don't lie. Yeah.
Like I said, it's only a $276 fine in Horn Lake. We could whip their ass for it. I got $280. What's up? Let's get somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Hey, I know a Bosman, David Brandon.
We got a guy.
Sheriff.
We got people.
I get out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got peoples.
Get you out now, pay later.
Especially on that, I bet we can get a GoFundMe too.
Oh,
bro, real quick. I got some sponsors that are really into the animal game, so we can we got some back on that now.
All right, so I don't want anybody to get mad at me, okay? But I'm going to tell you, pets are used as the biggest pawn in the game of fundraising there is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because, save the whales, save the seals, save the, you know what I mean? And people's emotions, and it just goes to show you how easily people's emotions could be manipulated. You know what I mean? You show a cute puppy and people, hey, listen, you'll walk right past the fucking homeless guys on the street, the 6 that you saw, but the minute you see one with a dog, you're going to stop and talk to him.
Yeah. Dude, look, that commercial that comes on that's got that woman with such a sad.
Of an
Oh,
angel.
my God, dude. but they make a lot of money off of that.
They
That's a
make a lot of money
nonprofit
off of it.
organization that makes 70-something% off of it.
Yeah.
Look, I know all about. Anyway, I'm gonna watch what I say on that note.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make nobody mad, but people use that,
Yeah.
for various reasons, and it's not always it's just easy to manipulate people. So
Yeah. Hey guys, I'll be right back.
yeah,
Give me
brother.
2 seconds. Thanks.
All right. Well, I don't know, Ricky Pike. What else we got on deck for today? Let's see. Did I lose you? Did my shit just shut down?
What's up, boy? What's up, boy?
Ricky dropped. That's hysterical. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a brief technical difficulty as one Ricky Pike has fallen off the planet. But we are very fortunate to have a picture of Mr. Shell's wonderful black leather chair.
All right, I had to change shirts. I had a shirt on that I forgot was on it. Had a little
No
logo
worries.
on it that I wanted to get off.
No worries. We've lost Ricky Pike here, man. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
All right.
Let me
What's up,
text
boy?
him real quick.
Come here, big boy.
What happened, homie?
Quick, go lay down. Good boy. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Well, he should be back momentarily.
All right, bet. I had to go hit the bong a
So-
few times,
Hey, man, things are what they are down in Mississippi. It's a very nice thing down there. Unfortunately, it's in Memphis, and it's not legal.
I like that shirt. I grew up in Westwood, right?
Hey, everybody, Ricky Pike is back.
Ricky, welcome
He's on
to
his
the
phone
show.
now.
I don't know. Fucking AT&T.
Damn, that sucks, man.
I had to go change shirts, Ricky. If you're trying to figure that out, I had to go change.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just gonna run off my phone.
We were talking about rescues and the abuse of donations when it comes to animals versus humans, and made my comment, forgot what shirt I had on, so I wanted to go take that off.
Yeah, I've been. My mom is. She was part of like the APSP, American Protection.
APC,
I forget
or
how
whatever it's called.
I mean, yeah, she was part of that. Like out in Fayette County for a long time. My mom was like Fayette County Animal Rescue for years. Like she was the one that people used to drive by my parents' house and throw animals out the damn door and shit when I was a kid.
Hey, don't forget this is
It
legal in
was
Mississippi.
crazy. But that was in Tennessee. But yeah, Mississippi don't care on Dynasty.
I got to move my screen so I
They
can
don't
see
care.
Jamie's pretty face. There we go. Jamie, I was born and raised in Westwood, right?
I did not know that.
410 Bradwood Cove. I went by there today.
Oh, really? Word.
Oh hell, I used to work right there on Third and Rains, right there where that old body shop used to be. For that's a muffler shop now.
Where at?
Before we get over there in that area. Third and Rains.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I know where you're at.
You know where where the drive-in
that's actually a
movie
buddy of
theater
mine
is.
that used to own. He still owns it, but we're not buddies anymore. So,
Yeah.
I was still bounty hunting.
And my grandfather used to have the flea market. My grandfather used to have the flea market across the street there.
Ricky, you're cutting out so
Back in the
bad.
80s. I'll bet because I'm on my cell phone service.
Yeah.
I'm not on Wi-Fi or anything.
It's falling apart on us.
We're gonna.
It's
We are falling apart. Well, I can sit here. That's what it is. Damn Danny channel comes on and all hell breaks loose. I thought I wasn't going to get to do anything today because the power went out, and I got scared.
What's that on the wall back there, man?
But yeah, oh, I'm asking
I
stuff.
like it.
Maybe you ain't never been to my. I'll show y'all. I'll show you a little more of my stuff here.
You know, I've got all my stuff kind of packed up right now. I'm remodeling my house, but I've got some things that you might be interested in.
Yeah, I got these masks, and then I got
Nice.
gym pictures on this wall, and I got my little skulls and light up, all kinds of different random stuff. My certificate, my black belts.
Heck yeah, man. I like to collect unique knives. I've got a lot. Daggers, swords, razor whips, all kinds of stuff.
Hey, for everybody that hadn't got to see or a lot that hadn't seen this part of my room, here's my wrestling side of the ring. Got Flair robes and all my
Nature
autographs and
Boy,
stuff.
Ric Flair.
Ric
Yeah,
Flair.
so my wrestling side.
Rick, did you ever go to the wrestling show in Memphis?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when Jerry Lawler?
Back in the '90s.
Do you remember when Jerry Lawler got in trouble for beating up that 12-year-old kid?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I don't recall that one.
It was on the news, dude.
That's faintly.
You do remember that?
Yeah, faintly, I do remember that. I was going there when like ECW was coming to town, and my favorite. I love this podcast. We were all over the fucking place, but we I went there. We went there, and it was like ECW was there, and remember old Jamie Dundee?
I do.
And all them, and we were talking about, and Jamie Dundee was in the crowd in the ring, was yelling and cussing me at me. Well, he's cussing at everybody. He was sitting there, and he's like, well, "If you get one of them EC Who shirts, I'm gonna come out there and kick your ass." I'm like, "Well, that sounds like a fucking plan to me." So I ran over there and got one of them shirts, and I'm hanging that thing. I'm swinging. I'm like, "Come on down here, buddy. Come kick my ass." And he was cussing me out. He was cussing me out. And he's like, "I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna come down there." I said, "Well, come on. I'm right here. I got my shirt and everything. Come whoop my ass." And this fucking mountain of a fucking man was in the front row, and he was like, "Hey, son, let me see your shirt." I was like 17. It's okay. This dude was like Undertaker. He was like 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot. I don't know how far. He was huge. But he was on one knee, was still taller than me on one knee. But he was shanking that shirt like I was shanking it. And I walked back just a little bit, so I wanted to see what he's about to do. And Jamie Dundee jumped off the side of that ring, and he come in there going to go nose to nose, and he thought it was me. And that big motherfucker stood up, and Jamie looked up and got quiet and turned back around and jumped back on the side of the ring. And
This
it was freaking hilarious.
It was Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler were fighting. And there was the one where Jerry Lawler beat Bill Dundee, and I was being a little bit of a smart ass. Imagine that. I was 10 or 11. I don't remember. Anyway, I made a comment that Bill Dundee sucked. Yeah, I was a Jerry Lawler fan, you know. And Bill Dundee beat my ass. He sure did. They ended up the promotion ended up paying my dad some money at the end of the night. It wasn't much back then, a couple grand probably, but just to not sue. But it ended up making the news, and
that's fine.
Undisclosed amount.
That's wild.
That's
Bill Dundee still sucks.
That is funny. Oh,
superstar. You gotta say the superstar now.
The
you remember the
superstar Bill Dundee.
I was there the night the Moon Dogs. Oh my God, dude, that was real blood, dude. Oh, there was blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, that shit. People think it's fake, but it's not fake. It's maybe it's a predetermined person going to win most times, and sometimes not even that.
Yeah,
but that shit's fucking real. You ever get in that ring? That shit ring hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I powerbombed a friend of mine. I used to take it down in the '90s. I helped take it down for free just because I could do it,
We have one in our
and
backyard, dude. True story.
and I power bombed a buddy of mine, and he was like, oh, he had like it hurt him. I was like, what the hell? And I just jumped in the air and fell back, and it about killed him. It about killed me.
Oh, well, that ain't good.
Man, that hurt. I hurt. I got new respect for the wrestlers after that, though.
Yeah. They who was another one that I really liked? God, I'm trying to remember some names.
I got to meet the Birdman the other day.
Quit. Damn dog.
I got to meet the Birdman the other day. Coco Beware.
Coco Beware.
I got his autograph and stuff and picture. Yeah, I got his autograph the other day. It was pretty cool.
All right then. What are you eating? My dog's trying to
Apparently,
get in the
whatever he
picture.
wants.
Come here. Oh my God!
If that fucking big, hell yeah.
That's a big ass dog, man. Look at this big old dog. What?
Big old head.
It's a big dog, man.
Pretty dog, though.
Yeah, it's beautiful. See, he slept with me last night. Yeah. God, that is
Oh,
so
yeah.
big. Where'd you get back? Quit. Go find something to eat. Go find something to eat. Oh, God. Anyway. Hey, I got a pit. If you want one, I got 2 left. I'm keeping this one.
He said, I got 2 left.
Yeah. I am out of the dog.
No, I'm good.
Do what?
I'm good.
It's about
I'm about to move to a tiny house. I don't think a pit and a tiny house work together.
I got
you. Not gonna go real well together.
No. Quit.
Not at all.
Go now.
Not really.
Well, Ricky, we've reached the 10:30 hour where I got to bail this evening. As always, on my 2-hour
No,
time.
all right.
Is that your cutoff time? Is
understand.
10:30?
It is, man. I got some stuff I got to do every night at 10:30. So
For Jamie,
All right, brother.
if you want to
That's
hang
right.
and bullshit with me,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
yeah. If
definitely
you want
ain't
to keep
over.
on bullshit with me, Danny, it ain't over till whatever.
Right.
If you want to hang out for another 30 minutes or something,
That's right.
I'm gonna try to get my internet back up so I get back on my red computer. All right, sound good. All right, Jamie. Shout outs, man. Go ahead and
Yeah, man.
tell them about your business and
Yeah, so me and
your
Miss
jackets.
Whitney. Oh man, my jackets. Oh man, yeah, actually, that's kind of cool. Something we got coming up. So last year for prom, I put an offer out to help a couple kids that may needed, help getting dressed for prom. So last year I was fortunate enough to help 2 kids. This year, I'm going to try to open that up a little bit and try to help some more kids. So, if you know a kid that's a larger size boy, 6 foot tall, 200 plus pounds, I got some cool jackets. I've got some pants that they can possibly wear. I've got a couple of 11 shoes. I've been pretty fortunate in the past to have some people help me out and throw me some money to help buy these kids some shoes. But yeah, I'm doing that again this year. I've actually partnered with my barber to where I'm going to hook a couple kids up with haircuts through my people with Lowered Men's Grooming, help those guys out. And yeah, just something I'm going to do again for prom this year. Got an event coming up this weekend in Memphis. Attitude MMA Fights 33. The main event, Raheem Rambo Forrest takes on Justin the Gavel Lamperez. Co-main event, the Wrecking Ball, Paul Kimball takes on Mr. Ron Humphrey from the ATL out of Atlanta. Another pro bout on the card, David Hayes and Robbie Burns. It's both their probate. Huh?
I like that fight. I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
Oh, it's no problem. No problem.
Conversation.
No, man. Listen, this fight's going to be fun, man. These guys were supposed to fight at our last show. It's actually a rematch of their amateur title fight, which happened about a year ago. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to see that, man. But undercard stack, man, it'll be a good time, man. It's going to be a good show. So
I hope to be there anyway.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And then the last thing that we're rolling out is Whitney and I have partnered up, and we've created a brand new personal care service for people with limited mobility, some of our elderly people that need companion care or respite care. So if you know anybody that is elderly, they need some help, we've got a variety of personal care assistants that'll come to your house, 3-hour blocks, 4-hour blocks, to take care of your loved one. That's where I'm moving for this year, man, to try to really get this thing off the
It's
ground and
awesome,
get it
man.
rolling. And we're offering some discounts for our vets out there, any prior service or first responders, whether they're police or prior fire or EMS. So, trying to do everything we can to help the community out and, just be a part of it and start a successful business at the same time. So, yeah,
That's awesome, man.
that's my jive. So anyway, but peace in the Middle East, man. I appreciate you guys. See y'all at the fights this weekend. 2G's out of here, baby.
Peace.
Peace and chicken grease. I don't know what that means, but figure out how to get out of this thing now. I've got so many pages opened here. Good
Good
God.
seeing you, Jamie.
Yeah,
I'll see
brother.
you
I
this
appreciate
weekend.
it. Oh,
I'll see you this
absolutely.
weekend. All right, brother.
Absolutely, man.
All right, brother.
Oh, we got an echo
Oh,
now.
we got somebody coming in on the GoPro.
It's me.
Oh, that's you?
There we go. All right, let me give me a second. I'll get her figured out.
You want me to hit Dave Martin up, tell him to get his ass out here?
No, Dave's good.
Oh,
Dave is good.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Ricky, I'll be right back.
All right.
My dog's chewing on something. I gotta go stop. Boy, what are you chewing on?
I know y'all still hear a little echo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this damn thing right. Come on, what's going on here? As always, when my computers come back up.
You want out?
I said, as always, my computer's trying to come back up, and
I got you.
It's crazy.
So, no class on Wednesday, huh?
No, sir. Oh.
Man, that kid Pope, I like him, man. He's been messaging me every day.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid for sure.
I like him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I talked to him about it, and we're gonna try to get on your August card. He wants to.
Yes, sir.
Wants to fight for you. He's told you he want to fight for you, and
we're gonna change it up a little bit. It's not gonna be so dark, and you're gonna like it. I don't want to say it on here. I'm not like you anyway.
All right, I'm slowly getting everything back to half-ass. Y'all can't see me yet, but I apologize.
So they can see me.
Booting up. They can see you. Yes.
We're working
Sorry,
on some
y'all.
Working on some shit.
Yeah, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do anything today because damn power went out and transformer. I heard it blow up, and I was like, "Oh shit, there goes the podcast."
No,
well, I wasn't going to do it by my phone. I was just going to make it by my phone and make it work. There we go. Hot damn, here we go.
Dude, have I ever told you how much I love your enthusiasm at shows? The way you pop around them cages and yelling for everybody, dude, I love it, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's just it pisses me off. It really does. Like people are quiet. Like man, somebody just won, you know, work their ass off. Like you know, if it goes, especially goes to decision, I want my guys to raise their hand. But I mean, I want everybody
Yeah.
to, like, hey, show respect to these guys. They worked their ass off. They've been in here, and I'm gonna act a
Dude,
damn fool and be myself. Just
all the people, most of the people that come to these shows, they have no clue what these fighters go through on a daily. If they did, they wouldn't be that quiet. And that's something else I want to try to start exposing. I want to start going to gyms and getting stories and telling stories. I don't know if you saw the one that I posted about getting your bell rung in fights, and that's when the fight really starts. To
yeah,
me, the fight was always within me, not who I was fighting. So it wasn't until after I fought Frankie. That was an amateur. It wasn't until after my second fight with Frankie that I settled down and started fighting. Uh, could hear my corners, and it got interesting after that.
I bet.
So I tell you what, though, Frankie sure whipped my ass. I did not like it, but
That dude looks like he's just scary. Frankie with all his tattoos and stuff. He's like looks
yeah,
like one of them guys you don't
he's
want
like
to meet in a
6'3",
dark
Ricky,
alley.
6'4".
Yeah.
I tell you what, he hits hard as hell. He knees hard as hell too.
I bet. Knees are the worst.
He caught me in the nose, the mouth, ear, everything with them knees. God.
Yeah. Yeah. Knees are the worst. They really are.
Uh, I didn't tell that the knees were worse than the elbows. Anyway,
Yeah. I'd say that more knees I've taken it. They've always been. I mean, because legs got more power. They can reach up there and pop you
well,
really
the
good.
hips, the thrust, yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm with
you
you on
gonna get
that.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, at my age when I fought him, I was sore for a month and a half, 2 months. He said he was fine after about 4 or 5 days. I was like,
That's
man,
a
want to
it's the
hear that
age.
shit?
There's the age thing on all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are you, Ricky?
I'm 45.
You're 45?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to try to hide it and 39 and going and whatever all that. I don't care. It just is what it is.
No, everybody knows how
I'm
old I am.
thankful.
I get to it.
I'm thankful I'm still here and shitting
Yep.
and getting.
Waking up every day is happy.
That's it.
I'm 51. I'm 51 years old, and I'll still fight you. I don't care.
It's like, so many of my friends, like either they're passed on or like their like health won't let them do a lot of things they want to do, and I've been blessed to be able to keep on chasing my dreams and stuff, and
Yeah.
so now it's really I want to one of the driving forces or whatever, I want to do. I posted this on the little screen here. I
That's
was
what I was
the other
looking at.
thing I posted about that. Talking about people there's zero evidence for anything prior civilization, which of course, Gobekli Tepe, they blew everything out of the water years ago uh, when they were saying, well, the civilization was only like 6,000 years old. That's the oldest it could ever be. There's no way anything before that was hunter gatherers and all that shit. And then Gobekli Tepe popped up and ruined
I've
all
been
that.
watching. Yeah. I've been watching a lot about our solar system here lately and the black holes. And uh, yeah, it's it's very interesting, Ricky.
It
And I
is.
don't think anybody really fucking knows.
I sit there and dig into it, look into it. On this list for the ones that are just listening, or for later on they're all just listening. You got Puma Punku, which absolutely, the the andesite blocks, or which is harder than marble and granite, are cut with such joints that they can big interlock like Lincoln logs or something, you know. Um, Baalbek, the triathlon, 1,200-ton megalith. You know, how the hell
Jesus.
did they move that shit? You know, um, yeah, the Piri Reis map was drawn in 1513, but shows Antarctica with before it was even found. You know, discovered it was actually shows ice free with trees and stuff.
Ricky, we're gonna have to have a conversation because there's a lot of stuff I don't know what the hell you're talking about, son. I'm
I know a
sitting
lot
trying
of
to get
random
on your
stuff.
page.
I know a lot of random stuff, man. I it's there's a lot of shit in my head, and that's one of the things about my podcast I use, and like there's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in, and it's like I can knowledge of so much stuff, and
I'm
I
sorry,
can
my
spit
mama was
stuff.
calling in.
Oh, you're good. I heard something go boop, boop in the background.
Yeah, that's my mom calling in. She
Oh,
calls me
you're
every
good.
night just about make sure I ain't
Oh,
hurt nobody yet. Anyway, Ricky, I'm on your page trying to find your podcast, man. Trying to check it out, and I can't find it.
I'll send you the link to the
Oh,
A.I.P
there we go.
page. Oh, okay, it should be there somewhere. If you the ones are looking, you can look in the description. There's I got for the ones on YouTube and Rumble. You look in my description. I got a link so you can. I got a link tree so you can go to all the places.
I'm
I'm
looking
on
at it.
Spotify. I'm on Rumble. Anywhere you want to find a podcast, I'm there. Um, and like tonight, I'm actually live on my actual personal Facebook just to maybe get some more people, and more eyeballs on it because
Well, I'm
some of
sharing
this
it
stuff
now,
is
so maybe some of my people will start watching it too, man. Let's
yeah,
open
because
some eyes.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there, and then like on today, um, it got released about the tall whites. I did a podcast on the tall whites where they were, um, which is UFOs and stuff like that. It's because I'm also syndicated on the Trouble Minds Radio Network for the ones that don't know, and with a bunch of other shows like um, Sausalito Paranormal and Trouble Minds and so many more. And
I'm sitting here looking at some of it now.
it's a lot.
It is.
A lot of stuff, and it's so much. I try to put in my shorts on Monday. I try to put cool stuff out to a lot of people, and the people that watch, enjoy it. They seem to enjoy it because they see. I always get comments. Oh, I didn't know that. I never heard of that, and it makes me feel good because I mean, like, it makes me want to do more because, like, a lot of stuff like here, like I said, you hadn't heard of some of this stuff, so it's kind of cool.
Right, I've heard some of it, like the book "Accidental Truth." I've read some of it, not much. Um, I get sidetracked, man. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. I get. My brain is ADD to hell. I won't lie.
I'm way past my self-medicated time, so I'm trying not to do it on your podcast. So,
Oh, you're good.
man, I've got
I, appre-
look, listen. I'm
I appreciate you coming on, man. You know, I appreciate you coming on and joining us tonight uh, and seeing all the seeing what it's about. And I know you talked. I mean, you talked at the gym the other day about you maybe doing your own kind of thing, maybe, and you kind of get you idea how this stuff works, and again, kind of give you a taste of it.
yeah, man, I like it. Uh, I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm gonna hang out with you for a minute.
Yeah.
I like talking about quit. Boy, you are too heavy to get on me like that. Get down. Get down. Go. Go to your kennel. Kennel. It's a stubborn ass dog, man.
I understand.
That's my boy though. Okay, so we were talking about tall whites. Let's talk about that. That's very
Uh,
interesting. I'm looking it up, and
yeah. Let me shout out my buddy Dave's Waffle House, man. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, there where he's at right now. He's over in England listening to us.
wow, what's up, brother?
He has his own YouTube channel and he goes live and he's awesome. He's got a bunch of cool people in there and they talk all kinds of different, little bit of everything, and he has fun. That's for sure. If you
Man,
see him
make
go
sure you
live,
send me his
he has
info
fun.
so I can kind of check him out too.
Yeah, there's a lot of Willie, Mr. Willie FM Radio. He's on our YouTube chat right now. He has his own channel. He plays a lot of cool old music and stuff. He's like laid back. He goes live and man, you just sit there and chit chat in the chat and talk. Um, we got Wally's World. I think he's lurking in the background right now. He does like I've gone to his live a bunch of times and talked with people till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, all over the world, like talking to people in Australia um, and overseas and stuff. It's
Ricky, I have
wild.
plenty of time on my hands now, so I got to find something to do.
Well, this is fun. It really is. Like, you get to talk to people that you don't get to talk to, And I do all
Yeah.
that I do this shit. I do Zoom karaoke sometimes because if I don't want to get out. A friend of
Now,
mine will
that's all,
message me and
you
say,
came up to Sidecar a couple times now.
"Yeah, I ain't scared to get in front of everybody. I used to
Yeah.
be when I was younger, but I don't care now."
My buddy, Turtle, that's her nickname. She's the new manager up at Sidecar. She's going to do some pretty cool shit with that place, man. I know she is. Uh,
Yeah, I was there for New Year's. I brought in New Year's at Sidecar this year.
I don't even know where I was New Year's. I probably was at home on the couch New Year's. I know I was. I was on the couch
I was at
watching TV.
Sidecar.
No, I was on a mountain in Arkansas, Petty Jean Mountain.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Sitting on somebody else's couch at 12:01. I sure was. I sure was.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
Tell you what, that was some good time up on top of that mountain, man. I let a lot of shit go on that mountain.
Good,
Uh,
good. Oh, check this out right here. That's good. I mean, I went back in June and did a camping trip. Like I went all the way up to Natchez Trace from one end to the other, from Natchez,
wow.
Mississippi, all the way up to Nashville.
I'm about
And
to say,
there's 3 camping spots along there that you can camp for free. Like you just pull in, you can camp. Uh, they're um, it was pretty fun. Like they don't have no running water. They got a bathroom there, but they don't have no like running water at the campsite and stuff like that.
I got you.
And I actually seen a UFO there. The first one I went to, it was kind of wild.
Dude, the
It got
first time. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now go ahead.
I was gonna say it was wild. I seen that orb pop up, and then but I couldn't get to my phone quick enough for the sucker just poof disappeared. But
Dude, check this out. True story. True story. This was a long time ago too, man. I'm talking 30 years ago. It wasn't that long, maybe 24 years ago. I was bounty hunting, and we were coming back from North Carolina, and we had to go a different route for some reason. We went down Natchez Trace, and we're coming through the back of Mississippi somewhere. I don't even know where it was at, but there was a bridge that was going. It was like a railroad track bridge going across it, and the guy in the back seat that we had in custody started yelling, and I looked at him and said, "Dude, what are you doing?" He goes, "Look," and he pointed at the bridge, and it was like just white but see-through, just floating across the bridge. And we stopped the vehicle and watched, I guess, that ghost just float across. And we all three just looked at each other like, what the fuck? But true story, man. That was a trip. It was me, the guy we had in custody, and a guy named Duncan.
No, I don't doubt it.
I'm telling you, I saw it myself.
I've seen some crazy stuff. I went on James's show on South Cedar Paranormal and a couple others and told some of my stories. Man, I've seen some crazy stuff too. So I don't doubt you one bit. The video I got pulled up on the screen for everybody. That's they found there's a whole bunch of cocaine there in that trailer there.
Damn.
Yeah, I got that. I seen that on Dave's Waffle House today. He shared this video, but yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
That is $240,000 per every 6. I mean, not that I would know that. I'm just
rumor has it. Rumor has it that's how much it is. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, that's
that's a lot of cocaine. Sugar.
Sugar. Yeah, that's a lot of sugar, man. I just need a brick of that sugar for I could pay off everything I got and be living life in large, you know.
Man, you could cut that
I don't
shit
want
so
no part
much.
of it. Yeah, I want no part of it. I don't do none of that stuff. I never have, but
Okay,
I could
look, I
build
just don't like the way it smells.
me a nice shop with that son of a bitch though. And a
Can't stand
gym.
the way it tastes.
Yeah, that was wild. He posted that video. He showed that video on his show earlier today, and I seen it and I say, hell, I had to look it up because I wanted to see what the hell that was, man. It was oh, he dying on me here. He choking on me. Seen this. I actually shared this for the ones that are in Discord on the Trouble Minds Discord. They actually got to see me actually post this. It does kind of look like, the way some of them monuments and stuff.
What is that?
I'll pull up the guy actually.
Quit, boy. What? Go lay down somewhere.
Oh, here it is.
Well, I think I saw that before.
There we go. Yeah, it's
What? Big ass dog.
they actually used granite dust instead of gravel to actually make kind of a granite mold. So I guess he's theorizing that's what they use for like a lot of them big monuments is granite dust.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I don't know. Some of the people asking questions on this little post here is like, well, how did they get the granite dust? They grinding up granite. That's that still takes some hellacious technology to do that.
It does. Well, this is kind of shit that I watch when I'm laying down and go to sleep. I'll hit it in the background on Tubi.
Yeah, I'm
Go to sleep watching it.
on YouTube. On YouTube, watching. I watch a lot of times. I go to sleep to the Y Files. Have you ever watched it?
What's it called?
The Y Files. WHY.
Nuh-uh. I have not.
Yeah, he posts about all kinds of different subjects. Sometimes I find subjects on there for me to talk about. Like I see something on there and I was like, hell, I'll check it out. And so I get on there and
I'm
I
gonna
watch
write it
the
down so I don't forget. He said it's the Wild Files.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch some of it tonight then. We can talk about it on the next podcast.
Yeah, because it's got a bunch of a bunch of shows on there. And they talk about anything, everything, all kinds of stuff.
What? Dude, you're worse than a kid. What? I am on the phone. You need to go outside. All right. Let me go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
All right. What are you talking about, Hiker? You could dare sleep with that fish running his mouth. What are you talking about? But yeah, Herschel, the dust left over from wet and cutting stones and countertops. But like, I think he wants to go on Joe Rogan, that guy there. So I think he wants to he is saying that that's how the ancients built a lot of the monuments, because like if you look at the granite, like the sarcophagus and the pyramid, there's no granite vein lines in it at all. It's all smooth and it's all looking the same. And so that's what he is throwing out there and theorizing that they use that mold and ground it up. And like I said, using that dust or something. But like I said, I don't know how the hell they could have got that dust without some kind of technology or something. Heckle.
Well,
Oh, hecklefish. Yeah. Oh, shoot, it's. I don't know. I just turned it down. I didn't know what she was talking about first, but yeah, on the Wi-Fi, a guy got a. It's got a fish that talks. He's got a tinfoil hat on his head and all kind of stuff. And
I'm looking
he
at it
talks
right
shit.
now.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
talks shit in the background. I don't know. I turned the volume way down. Like when it's time for me to actually try to go to sleep, I just turn the
Man, you
volume
don't
down and I just
sleep.
listen to the background.
I
I sleep
take
a few
short
hours.
naps about 10 times a day.
I usually I got me about an hour today, right before the podcast. Before I get now, I'll be
I
up the
sleep in
rest of the
about
damn day.
2 hour increments every day. I sleep for about 2 hours. I'm up for 12, sleep for an hour, up for 13 more.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of cool subjects and different things. I've been finding that. Man, I've been all kinds of channels like that. Sweets, what's the other one? The lunch break, my lunch break, or something like that. She'll post it here in a second. Uh, it, he's that guy on there is talking about like how back in the 1800s they were building buildings like in a year or less than a year, like with all kinds of marble and intricates and stuff, like the big huge buildings, and how impossible for them to do it. We couldn't do it now, like some of them buildings they got like in St. Louis and
Yeah.
some of the older, and kind of makes me curious. Uh,
There's a lot of stuff on here.
oh yeah, on the Wi-Fi's, it's he's been doing it for years now. He actually got his own Discord, and I've been listening to that. Of course, we go on the Trouble Minds show, and I'll call in sometimes, and I talk on there too. So um, about all kinds of different subjects, putting in my 2 cents, as I like to say.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that. Ancient alien civilization buried under Antarctica's ice. I've read about that. Ancient
Yeah,
aliens under Antarctica.
yeah, I talked about that on one mine. We did
Something's going on there.
well, that the Nazis went down there, and and we had let me see, let me try to remember what the name of that mission was. I forget.
Uh,
I'll find it in a second.
I'm looking at it right now. Well, never mind. Hold on.
You know, high jump project. High jump was down there in Antarctica. That's when Admiral Byrd went
I can
down
find
there,
that so
and
quick.
because I had talked about it on my podcast, so I
Oh,
pulled
okay.
up my content. Episode 91, if you want to look into it, if you're listening in the background or whatever. Episode 91, Project High Jump. I talk about that for a good 24 minutes, and I've done the Dulce Bays. I've talked about Operation Mincemeat. We were talking about at the gym the other day, Project Salmon, when they dropped them nuclear bombs down there in Mississippi,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
dude. I thought you were messing with me. It's called Project what?
Salmon. It pulls up funny stuff sometimes, but
Holy shit!
and
And
then
down in
if you
Lamar County, I've spent a lot of time in Lamar County.
yeah.
I have seen some of this. I think I did watch this the other night when we talked about it.
Yeah, there's a video. I posted some of the clips on there in there from it. Some
That was 10
videos
years
from
ago.
no, that was from the 60s. Probably 10 years ago there was a video on it, but it was let's see.
68.
68, yeah.
That's what it's looking like. Yeah. You're coming
Yeah,
testing
that's from
information in Mississippi.
Yeah, they dropped 2 nuclear bombs and 2 regular bombs in there. It's wild. What um, it's crazy.
1964 nuclear test.
Like they don't even think. The damn government just don't think like, man, this looks like a good fucking deal. And I'm like, let me drop let me drop a nuclear bomb in Mississippi down in these
They're gonna
caves.
kill us
That's not
all.
gonna do nothing. It's not gonna do nothing.
They're gonna kill us all.
Oh yeah, when it's all said and done. Sad but true.
Dude, there's a lot of video. Okay, I believe you.
Oh yeah, it's declassified. Like it's like, oh yeah, no big deal.
1,200 feet underground. That's really not that far.
No, not to hold back radiation.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they don't care, man. They don't.
All right. Teach me something, Ricky. What else you got? Damn it. I did not believe it, but it seems like there's, dude,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
documented.
yeah. It's declassified.
Southern
It
Miss
happened.
students.
You can go
Yeah.
to the site if you want to. You can get close to it. It's still there.
Yeah, I
But it
think
got
I'll pass
sealed
on
up.
that.
Yeah, me too. I kind of just in case. Um, but
Well, it
yeah,
wasn't just
that's the cool stuff like
Mississippi.
that.
They tried it in a few places.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like I try to do. I try to put stuff out there for the ones that want stuff that I never heard of or just
It's
stuff
got
I'm interested in.
2.2 million views. This ain't nothing new.
Not
Marshall
mine.
Islands.
Oh yeah, the Marshall Islands. Yo, they bombed the fuck out of it over there.
Just like a son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, out in the Pacific, they did a lot of bombing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is massive.
Though some of the footage, if you see, some of the footage from like when the ones that were doing out like in Utah and stuff, it looks funny because it's actually staged shit. You can see it.
Dude,
You can
this is
see
a
like,
massive, that is massive.
yeah, the ones in Utah, some of it was staged because you can see like little toy cars and stuff, and like you can actually
Mm-hmm.
see like as explosion went, there'll be a car appear behind a house that wasn't there just a second ago before it
No, I
blows
got
up.
you.
You know, there's a guy on Joe Rogan was talking about that, and I looked it up, and like, yeah, like legit.
Hey, I got to go grab
It's
my charger. My phone's about to die. I don't want it to
all right,
cut
brother.
off on me.
Well, I appreciate everybody listening and talking and chatting and everything. Appreciate y'all being patient with me with my technical difficulties today. I think today was one of the worst days on technical difficulties, but I appreciate y'all for hanging in and still here and chatting and talking. It's I don't know what happened. I had to reset everything. I had to reboot my router, had to reboot my computer, but I'm still here and y'all still here. So I do, like I said again, I appreciate y'all for continuing to hang out. Probably won't run much longer. Let Danny come back and then we'll probably wrap this thing up. I do appreciate y'all. Appreciate all y'all coming in here. And as always,
Quit.
oh. You still there? Can you hear me or is the video off? He got a phone call on that one. Why don't we wait just a little bit longer? while we're on Danny, um, did y'all um, have y'all seen that they actually they're finally my brain is going boo boo. They're actually removing the trees and actually going to start actually doing some more work there at Gobekli Tepe. Um, they're finally going to they planted all them trees and they realized it was going to destroy mess up the site and everything. So they're finally actually going to start cutting them back down. I got a video of it. Let me. Here we go. Or not video. I do got video of it, but which it never makes sense because they've stayed at like 5% for all these years. And it's like, why didn't you step up and continue digging? But yeah, they're finally. Here's the video. Why do you keep pushing over here? Twitter's just being stupid today. There we go. Exactly. And all them damn um, mainstream archaeologists, like were saying it was okay. I like what's his damn ass? I'm trying to think. I seen his name pop up earlier. Uh, Diddle. I don't see it, but I know who it is. That Diddle went on there with Graham Hancock. He was saying it was okay, but right here, here's a picture here. All this right here has got to, because the site is massive. They've only uncovered right here. They've only uncovered 5%. So them actually planting trees, and of course, like roots destroy houses and plumbing and all kinds of stuff. When they start shooting out everywhere, of course they would destroy this site. It's like they're intentionally trying to cover it up for some reason. But hopefully now they'll actually start excavating again and seeing what else is here. I think there's so much more there that we have no idea. Because for the ones that don't know, I'm sure a lot of y'all do, but for the ones that don't, it was intentionally buried. It wasn't like covered up over years. They actually intentionally buried the site to preserve it. The people that built it, or the people who are after them, or whatever. They it was such a sacred site. They didn't want it messed up, so they actually buried the thing. With it being over 12,000 years ago, with right around the time of the Younger Dryas, and makes you know showing that the ancient societies and stuff is so much older and than what they want us to know. Yeah, yeah, James, that's roots would have to destroy it. It had to mess it up. But I'm glad to see they're finally doing that. And, it's like in China and all the pyramids they got in China, they planted trees on them, so it's ruined a lot of those sites because they don't want nobody over there messing with them. Like, I wonder, curiosity, why? Why don't they let people come over there and investigate the sites and stuff? So let's see if he texts me. Oh, it's just Jamie. But I guess I'm gonna get off here. I've had enough technical difficulties and stuff, and all kinds of crazy shit. Like I said, but I sure appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you again, all for keep coming back and listen to us babble back and forth. And hope y'all enjoyed having Danny Shell pop up on us and talk to. Uh, uh, make sure again, make sure Dave, make sure y'all say your little prayer for Dave. with his situation. I don't want to speak on it. It's not my place, but y'all, say a little prayer for Dave, um, and then just keep on. Make sure you like and share and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, for the ones that are lurking in the background, please subscribe. Come on back, and we'll do this next Wednesday again. Again, like I've said before, I want to bring like more people on, just bounce more ideas. Probably not more than four. Like four is a lot. You get more than that. Would be kind of wish. Uh, I think it'd be kind of chaos. Maybe it limits some people from talking. So, but most four at a time. Come over here and bounce more ideas and talk about different things. And I want to, of course, we want to eventually start talking about more UFOs and Bigfoot and all that. Once all that crazy stuff with politics kind of died down, so for sure we'll turn it down a little bit. I'm still working on my land. For the ones that know, I'm still working on that situation, and hopefully be moving soon. And I'm gonna build a brand new podcasting studio and stuff, and uh, see if I make it a little bigger. I want to put it in where I can actually have like a desk or table there for people can come and sit across from me, and we can do um, recording there at the site and stuff like that. So that's my goal. More cool stuff on the walls and decoration. And I got a lot of cool ideas. If I can make it work, I think it's gonna be fun. I think y'all gonna enjoy it. And um, so check out if you haven't yet, check out the Tall Whites. It released today. I think that's a pretty I think it's a pretty good one. Um, Pretty good take on a little bit. You know, I was watching a few videos on it and watched a few documentaries on it, and a lot of people put their take to it, and um, so it was been fun. But yeah, I can. Um, James, I'll just I'll send you the we get ready and you want to do it. I'll just send you the regular link where all you got to do is um, click on there and it'll pull you up, and it'd be a lot easier instead of trying to use the other link. Um, Kind of like what Danny just did today, and it just appear out of nowhere. Uh, the other link, I'm not sure how exactly. I need to get more experience with it, where you actually bring people on, have them people in the head in the background. I know it should work, but I just haven't got the chance to practice it yet. So yeah, Gaston, you got to watch the first half for sure. We got some pretty good content, pretty good back and forth and talking about lots of stuff today. So yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, Wally. Appreciate you, Sweets and Hiker, for always being here every week. Guaranteed, the two of y'all always here. Appreciate you, Wally and Willie. Y'all been promoting me on a lot of different channels, and I appreciate y'all. Uh, Dave's Waffle House. Much love to you, man. You're like I said, he's over in UK, and right now it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for him. If he's still up with us, um, Herschel and James for coming on here, part of the Trouble Minds Radio Network. We're all on there together. I appreciate y'all coming on. Let's see who else I got going on here. Catastrophe come on today. I appreciate you, Bat, Swill. Let's see, Willie Swab, scrolling. Lots of chat. Y'all going back and forth. Oh yeah, 1111 code came on earlier too, and Marie. Thanks, Marie. I'm glad you. Yeah, I figured Bat was asleep. She's not. She don't hang out. She, so good. It's all good. Appreciate you, Marie, and everybody lurking in the background. I appreciate y'all listening. And like I said, y'all share the content, check it out, and y'all be good. Y'all, as always, take care, And I'll keep on keeping on in the peace and chicken grease, and y'all be good. There it goes. Damn crazy damn thing. Holy shit.